First time we met Nick and Jen a few years back. It's been a delight to have a relationship with them and their family, and to be here at the church. I've said it every time here. It's kind of special for me because I was actually born in the county hospital here in Greenville. My mom and dad decided to have a fourth child, and they were working at a turkey farm here in Versailles when that happened. We unfortunately moved away and went to Chicago. God forbid, grew up in Chicago. But been a delight to be in the ministry. My wife Pam and I have been married for 42 years, soon to be 43, which we're excited about. And it'll be our 43rd year working with kids. And that's why we have gray hair. We just want you to know that. But it's a joy to get to know you folks better. Met our new friends in the back, Claire and Barbie back there, and good to chat with them as well. Let me just give you an update about the camp. Scioto Hills, we're about a little over 3 hours from here, and many of you now are starting to get involved with the camp at different levels, and I just want to give you a report, and I want to treat it this morning as if it were the headline of a newspaper, and you'll have to tell your kids what a newspaper is. And back in the day, I actually sold papers on the corner in Chicago, and that extra, read all about it, you know, Superman saves the day or whatever. But we are rejoicing and continue to rejoice with the prayers and the encouragement and the support of our local churches. And so many camp friends that have come alongside and have partnered with us, and just an encouragement. It's so unique to be in my position and to get to share and to be part of so many church families, and then to be able to use our setting to encourage people. So thank you, Versailles Christian Church, for your partnership in the gospel, and we appreciate your faithfulness during this time. Crazy days, right? Unprecedented, uncharted days, camps and churches alike. We didn't know how this thing was going to fly, and they told us maybe shut down for a few weeks, and now here we are, you know, a few years later, still with just this whole, what I just call craziness, right, of our culture. And yet God continues to use us and wants to use us. We know that Jesus said the gates of hell will not prevail against the church. And the day that the church is raptured, it's okay to say that, and here, you know, and after that, you know, it'll be different. But until then, we know that camp is going to have a place because we partner with the local church. And we're looking forward to seeing how God will continue to use our setting. We'd love to talk to you more about that. But let me just give you some headlines here in the way, just a quick report. We knew when the pandemic hit and we had decided in 2020 to cancel summer camps, first time in 56 years. We told kids they couldn't come to camp. And we knew in doing that that was going to cost about 1/3 of our annual budget. But we knew that in the process, while we weren't sure what was going to happen, we knew two things were going to be true. One, God was going to be faithful. And he brought us to this whole idea. If you look at the Old Testament and the Psalms, the steadfast love of the Lord endures forever. Over and over again, we saw that faithfulness, that wonderful word or picture of God's steadfast love that encompasses so many ideas about how he cares for us. And so we knew that God was going to be faithful to that. But we also knew as a result then there would be these new God stories come out of it. We talk about stories at camp and what God does in the life of kids, and I could tell you a ton of those. But the big story is that God remained faithful to us, and a lot of camps had to close their doors. We have 9 families that live at camp. We didn't miss one paycheck. We didn't have to lay off anyone. The Lord allowed us, because of our facilities, to do some things, especially family-oriented and adult-oriented. And while we lost in 2020, we lost $500,000 of income on a $900,000 budget. You do the math. And then this last year, 2021, we lost about $400,000. So in the last year, we lost, right around $900,000 in income. And the amazing thing is that we had gift income that almost matched that. It's just crazy. Every time I would go to look at the checkbook, I would have a picture in mind of how much money I thought should be in there, and it was always a lot more than I anticipated. It's the closest thing that I have to Elisha and the widow and the oil pulling and filling the vats with oil over and over again. It just was amazing how God has taken care of us, and so we clearly say, to God be the glory for meeting our needs. But in that process, we were able to continue to accomplish our mission. Our mission is to be an arm of the local church, to be a partner with the local church, to provide a setting where people can get away and develop their heart and their mind and their soul in accord with God and His Word. And so we were able to continue to do ministry and accomplish our mission. And so many wonderful things have happened as a result of that. We met new churches, we met new families and new folks that came and participated in the church setting. And so we're rejoicing in that God allowed us to continue to be faithful to our mission and use our hills. The third announcement that we are so excited about is we're going to be able now, we believe, to redo or reintroduce kids camps this summer. So for 2 years, we told kids they couldn't come to camp. In that process, I'm going to show you in a minute, we also told summer staff, that we didn't need to hire as many as we originally or ordinarily do. So we're going back to 3 weeks of New Frontier Elementary Camp and Alpha Camp, middle school camp. We do those on each side of the lake. I've already had some folks talk to me about that. And we're excited to be able to offer those 3 weeks of camp for that. And then we have a week of high school camp, and we plug in, along with high school camp, a mini camp, a little 3-day, 2-night, first-time experience kind of thing for some younger kids to help moms get used to their kiddos being away at camp is a big part of that. And so we're just delighted that we can do that. We've added a 3rd week of family camp. In the last few years, our family camps have grown, and we just didn't feel like we could go back to our old schedule of 2 weeks of family camp, so we're doing 3 this year. We've added more retreats. We've added a second couples retreat. Those are coming up in February. If you're on our mailing list, you got our brochure. There's a stack of brochures of all of our events that are taking place this year, and we'd love to have you consider taking the time to come down and be with us for one of our retreats as well. And by the way, we just confirmed yesterday that at our couples retreats, we do a little date night, and we're going to do some square dancing, because I discovered it's a blast. So, yeah, we'll find out. So the other big thing to know, we learned several things during this process, but we've decided that instead of starting our summer camps on Monday morning, we're starting our summer camps on Sunday afternoon. And we think that's going to work better for folks and their schedule. We'll be done on Friday afternoon and not have to come Saturday mornings to do that. So we're seeing how that's going to fly, but that's a big change in our schedule. So our biggest challenge, the other headline here, is that we have traditionally hired 50 to 55 college and high school students, some from here, that have done that, and we've lost 2 years of momentum with that. And so my prayer and my biggest concern is, can we make sure that we can recruit and hire enough college and high school students to help us do camp the way that we do it? And there's a few people over here that need to get their heart right and make sure that they are filling out their applications. We won't point at anybody, but it's right over there. So, but pray for that the Lord will send us the right college and high school students. And then here, folks, in this whole pandemic and the craziness of our culture and what is trying to be taught in our culture to kids, and with social media and kids having that screen in front of them all the time and being bombarded with that, we'll just say that studies have proven, statistics have proven, that people need camp more than ever before. And to be able to get away from their popular culture and come to camp and to battle with and to deal with the big issues of life, God, and what God says about them. And statistics are just going crazy here with so many different things. One of the main characteristics of today's teenagers is anxiety. Think back when I was a teenager, I didn't even know how to say the word anxiety, right? Let alone think that I had that. Times have changed with that. And the camp setting, what we call our counterculture, it's a culture that doesn't exist anywhere else. Our setting is needed for young people today, a week away, to evaluate life and to wrestle with those big questions of life, and to get away from technology for a week is a wonderful blessing. We've had pastors tell us that a week at camp has changed them because of their getting away from technology for a little bit. But those stressors of life, camp can be a great place to help with that. So camp still works. We're just here to tell you, camp still works. Getting away from where you do life to come to a place that's unique and to spend time in God's creation and spend extra time in the Word and instruction without the distractions is a wonderful, wonderful experience. And we have something in our brochure for everyone here, regardless of your age, and you can check that out. We can tell you more about that. So please pray for us. There are 9 families that live at camp, and we make up 1/5 of our church back home. Most of us attend the same church. But, our health and working together and trying to balance how we're going to move forward with the right decisions and being unified in that, and making sure that we're seeking the wisdom of God in our decisions and how we do camp here as we move forward. And we are, again, so delighted and thankful that we're in partnership with Versailles Christian Church. So thank you for that.